Greetings to all of humanity's real joy. It's always my pleasure and my honor to be out here well connected with nature and bring to you this message of emancipation, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you on the subject of trusting the universe and how Abdullah taught Neville Goddard to trust the universe. And as we know, Abdullah was a black mystic from Ethiopia, and he was Neville Goddard's mentor, and he taught Neville Goddard the law and also the promise, all symbolically, and point him all the way back to ancient African spirituality. And that is why, my brother and my sisters, this message of self-realization has always been taught by our ancestors. And thus the reason why they have always been saying to you, man, know thyself. Because for you to understand what it means to trust the universe, it is for you to know that the universe is in you. And the universe, which is the all, the infinite intelligence that most people refer to as God, thinking that they are referring to a person in the sky. Our ancestors have always known this intelligence. But we see that our people have been brainwashed to give a gender to this creative power. But here we see Abdullah was putting Neville in the right frame of mind, and Neville himself testified of this experience as true Christianity. So we see that those who do not trust in the universe, which is the infinite intelligence or power that is within themselves, they are actually disempowering themselves, and they are living in self-doubt and limitation. But when you accept the universe, is when you actually accept your higher self, is when you accept your true self, is when you accept the universal consciousness that all should be vibrating under such awareness. That is when you will understand what it really means to trust the universe. For example, when it says that you must seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. You got to know that God is the infinite intelligence or creative power that is in you, that you must trust to bring out your creativity and to help you also to discover your ability, so you can use your ability to be of value to humanity. In other words, to find your purpose, and not just to be a feeder on the earth, one who just gonna eat, sleep, and shit, but to vibrate higher than that, and to be one that would bring value to this world and help this world to be a better place. And so Abdullah wanted Neville to know for himself how practical it is to use this power to achieve his every desire and come to a place beyond theory, knowing that this must be practical. It's beyond a belief system. It's all unknowing. So what Abdullah did, knowing that we all are connected to this one universal consciousness, and this universal consciousness that we are all connected to is actually our imagination. And also knowing that the central character of the Bible is man's imagination, Abdullah used his imagination on behalf of Neville. And so he put him in a place of affluence without him knowing. But a series of events was to take place to bring him to that kind of realization that would help him to trust the universe. So he would be an example of true knowledge is experience and share it with others who would do the same with others also. So, when Neville felt this burning desire to travel to Barbados, it was as a result of Abdullah using his imagination on his behalf. And when he went to Abdullah, Abdullah said to him, "You already have gone to Barbados and you have gone first class." Was teaching him also that when you trust the universe, you will know that there is no such a thing as time or limitation. You know that we are limitless beings and that we are a spirit having a human experience, and how we must unite ourselves in the oneness of this universal consciousness, our true essence. And so, my brother and my sisters, when I speak about trusting the universe, I'm speaking about trusting the all. I'm speaking about understanding true oneness. Because many people speak about oneness and they see oneness from a humanistic standpoint. But I'm speaking of this oneness as the wind blows all over the world. And doesn't matter where you live. You cannot exist without the air. You cannot exist without the earth. You cannot exist without fire. You cannot exist without water. And your spirit. That's the totality of man being one with nature and being one with the infinite power. So we are just one. And this is the oneness that I'm speaking about. But there's always the law of polarity. And so Abdullah was teaching Neville that what would hinder him from this oneness is self-doubt, separation, false identity, attachment. All of these things was what was blocking him from coming into this oneness with the universe. And so, my brother and my sisters, it wasn't until Neville was willing to trust the universe by using his imagination and sleeping in his mother's home in Barbados while he was residing in New York, and also see himself walking the street of Barbados while he was residing in New York, and all of this was done in his imagination. That is when he was in full alignment with the infinite oneness, with his true essence, with the creative power that we can use to achieve our every desire. So, my brother and my sisters, whatever is your desire, I'm saying to you, trust the universe. Trust your higher self. Trust the God that is within you. Trust your immortal self. Look into the inner world and live from the inner world. And let what is going on in the inner world express on the outer world. Because you have the power to change your life to how you want it to be. Because it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality and creating your personality. So change your life to how you want it to be by trusting the universe. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to say, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying is making sense to you, is resonating with you, I want to say to you, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram as yet, I'm encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at Black Mad Guru. And also, if you haven't checked out my Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously course, you can check it out on my Patreon. Okay? So with all of that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to say also that if you'd like to support this work by any other way, there's a PayPal link down below, and feel free to check it out. Okay, but I have to end this video here right now. You know, there's noise in the background, someone swiping. So with that being said, I want to say peace. I love you all. I'm out.